Hello everyone, this is Neeru Sangwan, selected as IBPS PO 2024, and in this video I'll share my interview experience with you all. So let's begin. My mains result came on around 30 Jan, and as this was my first mains and the paper was very tough this year, so I was not very sure about clearing the mains. That's why I didn't start preparing for the interview right after the mains. And when the result came, I was surprised and happy as I cleared the mains. And I thought that I should at least I try to give the interview to my best capabilities, as I've got a chance for the interview. And because paper इस बार बहुत tough आया था and cut off was only 63 marks. तो इसकी वजह से कुछ आइडिया नहीं लग पा रहा था कि whether I'll be able to clear the mains or not, और फर्स्ट टाइम था तो इसलिए कट ऑफ का मुझे आइडिया नहीं था. बट स्टिल मेंस में मैंने थोड़ा कामनेस के साथ एंड अपना जितना बेस्ट मैं दे सकती थी उसके साथ में पेपर को अटेम्प्ट किया एंड ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्वेश्चंस अटेम्प्ट करे. And thankfully I cleared the mains. So I then prepared for interview for about like 25 days only, because result came around 30 Jan and उसके बाद 26 Feb को मेरा इंटरव्यू था. 2-3 days तो like excitement and happiness में निकल गए. उसके बाद I started preparing for the interview. So for preparation of the interview I gave one offline mock, so as to get the idea कि एग्जाम जो इंटरव्यू होगा वो कैसे होगा, कैसा इन्वायरमेंट होगा, and that helped me to know about the interview more. And if you're looking for some good mocks for prelims and mains, then Prep is a good app. I would suggest you should go check it out once, and it's providing a good package जिसमें आपको सिर्फ 199 रुपीज़ का पैकेज मिल रहा है. एंड आपको फॉर डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ एग्जाम सबके लिए मॉक्स मिल रहे हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल बैंकिंग, एसएससी, railways and other government jobs, and I'll attach to my coupon code over here. प्रेप ऐप की लिंक मैं कमेंट सेक्शन एंड डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में भी ऐड कर दूंगी. डू चेक इट आउट. आई सजेस्ट इट माइट हेल्प यू बिकॉज इट्स अफोर्डेबल एंड गुड ऐप फॉर मॉक्स. And mocks are very important, so you should start giving your mocks now. So now coming back to my interview experience. So my interview was on 26th of February and my reporting time was 8:30 a.m. I got panel number 2 at Noida Center. And so I reached the interview panel at about 7:15 in the morning, because there was no traffic and I also left home early. And also I had decided to wear a sari, a formal sari, because as you know I was a UPSC aspirant and wearing a sari for the interview had always been in my mind. So I chose one white sari, a cream color sari, and I'll tell you about it, that I got many compliments for that look, because on that day I woke up early because I had to at around 5 a.m. Because I had to wear the sari and leave from my home at around 6:15. So I took some like extra time in hand and made my mind relaxed for the interview. So and also if you wear good outfit, good attire for an interview, it will give you additional marks also, and additional confidence also. So always wear a formal outfit that boosts your confidence, and then go for the interview along with other preparation. I'll share my interview preparation strategy and sources in some other video, and also I'll tell you how I cleared and prepared for the interview in just a span of 25 days. Now coming back to the day of my interview, so I reached at around 7:15 a.m. and I was the first person to reach the interview venue, so I waited in my car till the entry started. So first there were like 3-4 rounds of verification, document verification. First was like we had to verify ourselves, signature and photos according to our panel number. Then we did some, then we showed our admit card, interview admit card, and then biometric was done. And till the time I was the first one in the line, because as I told you, I reached early. And then after that, when we were waiting for the final stage of document verification, one other girl also came in sari. There were a few people who were wearing saris, only like 2 or 3 girls were there, but it was looking good. And also then when we were waiting in the And also when we were waiting in the aisle for the document verification, an interview panelist ma'am passed through us and she said, "Wow, you're wearing sari and you're looking very pretty. We'll also give extra additional bonus points for wearing a sari," and that boosted my confidence also because as I told you, I had woken up early on that day. I had planned my sari, my attire, and so I was happy to hear that we will be given extra marks. So it started on a good note only, and then our document verification was done, and then we were asked to move to the area of waiting area for interview. And then also one most thing, and also one most important thing for interview is your confidence. Knowledge is also important because mostly IBPS interview focuses on your educational background, but confidence is one thing that is mostly and most importantly checked in an interview. So always be confident in the interview panel. Always wear a smile on your face and greet the teachers properly. It gives you additional marks. So I then when I reached the interview panel, I was it was allotted. The numbers were allotted on the basis of first come first serve basis, and then I got second number. And when we were waiting near the interview room, there also one girl came and said that, "Wow, you're wearing sari. You're looking very good, and you must be getting extra points in confidence, and you must be getting extra points for that." That also cheered me up, and I was really looking forward to the interview. And also I was not at all nervous about the interview because I have an interactive personality. I like to interact, I like to talk, and I'm confident generally. So interview was something that I was looking forward to, and the experience was something that I was thoroughly enjoying, and also the compliments just added to the good experience. And then when her interview was done, the girl who went before me, it took about only 5 minutes of interview. So I had planned in my mind that the interview is not going to be too long. Then I calmly went inside the interview room. I closed the room and greeted the panel members with a smile, um, and luckily they also noticed my smile and said that, "Wow, you're looking very happy and you're smiling. We are very happy to see you smiling and happy in the morning." I said, "Thank you, sir." They were like, it cheered our mood as well. So I was like, "Thank you, sir." And then I asked for a seat and have the seat. And then my interview began. In the starting, I was not asked for any formal introduction, though I had prepared one formal introduction, but I was not asked. They directly asked me that, "What is your name?" I said, "My name is Neeru Sangwan." And so then the head of the panel was only asking me most of the questions. So then he said that, "Okay, Neeru, where are you from?" I said, "I'm from Delhi, sir, and I live in Dwarka currently." And then he asked me, by which metro line did you come? I said, "No, sir, I didn't come by metro today. I came by my car." And then the next question was, "So did you drive the car yourself?" I said, "No, sir, although I can drive a car, but today my father drove it." And then also, the mood of the interview panel was very chill, and they were not very grilling or something or very harsh. They were very frank and chill. So then the sir asked, "Okay, so what does your father do?" I said, "Sir, he's a Delhi police officer." And then sir said, "Oh, nice. So did you make your father take an off for you today?" So I said, "No, sir, he'll go to the duty in the evening." And then sir said, "Oh, हमें तो डर लगता है पुलिस से." I was like, "No, sir, there's nothing to fear about it." And then we just all laughed it off. And then sir said that, "Okay, Neeru, you have done BCom honors from Delhi University. So shall I ask you some questions on commerce?" I said, "Yes, sir, you can ask." He again asked me, "Are you sure? Like, can I ask you any question from commerce?" I said, "Yes, sir, you can ask." And then he asked me a lot of questions from commerce. I'll tell you what all were those questions. So first was, give a good definition of balance sheet. So I said the balance sheet is a statement of assets, liabilities, and capital on a given date. So most importantly, you should remember that balance sheet is on a given date. It's not over a period of time. It's a statement on a particular date. That's the best explanation, the definition of balance sheet that you could give. So I gave that, and then he followed with the next question. Okay. What is why is capital then considered a liability? I said because I had like mentioned capital specifically in liabilities now. So he asked like why is capital considered a liability? So I answered that sir, because capital is owner's fund, and there's a concept of separate legal identity in a business where the company is separate and the owners are separate, and the owner can take out its capital at any time. That's why it's a liability for the business. I said okay. Then sir asked what is debt to equity ratio. I told that debt to equity ratio showcases the risk status of a company. Debt is the amount of fund borrowed from outsiders, and equity is the fund that belongs to the owners. And if the debt is too high, then the business is running on the and if the debt is too high, then the business is having higher risk. And if the capital is too high, then the risk prospect is less, but also growth prospect is also less. So it's necessary to maintain a balance between them, and the ideal debt to equity ratio is 2:1. And then the next question was what is goodwill? So I gave the definition that goodwill refers to intangible assets which cannot be seen or touched, and but they add value to the company. So and then there was a follow-up question like what type of asset goodwill is, and can goodwill be sold? So for that I replied that goodwill is an intangible asset, and as on its own goodwill can't be sold, but when a business is sold to someone else, then goodwill acts as an asset, and it adds to the evaluation or the valuation of the company. And then the next question was what is amortization? So at that time I was not able to recall what is amortization, because it's been long since I lost touch with commerce. I said sorry sir, I'm not able to recall. But again he asked that make a guess, what is amortization? I said sir, I guess it's related with something to do with valuation of assets, but I'm not sure, and uh, I can't, but I'm not sure. So they said, okay. And then the next question was, what is depreciation? I told that depreciation is decrease in the value of assets over a period of time, because there is wear and tear, and when because there is wear and tear, and that amount is gradually decreased from the value of asset, and that is called depreciation. So then next was why depreciation is put on assets. I answered that because of wear and tear, the value of assets decrease, and that's why depreciation is put, and a certain amount is decreased from the assets. Then he asked, what are the different types of depreciation? Give examples. So I answered that there are two major types of depreciation. One is diminishing value method, and second is straight line method. And in straight line method, a single amount is deducted every year, at like one rate is put. And for example, if an asset is of 2 lakh rupees and depreciation is 10%, then 20,000 rupees will be reduced every year. And in diminishing value method, depreciation is put on the new value of the asset, and it changes every year. For example, in first year 10% of depreciation 2 lakh put on 2 lakh, then 20,000 will be reduced. Then next year it will be put on 1,80,000, and 18,000 will be reduced as depreciation. Then sir said okay. Then the next question was like why are there gap years? I said then I clearly replied that so it is because I was preparing for UPSC civil services examination. And that's why. They said okay. Then they didn't deep dive into they didn't deep dive into gap year's question to me, and they didn't even grill me. The sir said okay only, and then move on to next question. So next was like he said that, Neeru, are you currently working somewhere? And it was followed by another compliment. He said that you already look like an officer. I said thank you sir, but as of now I'm not working anywhere, but thank you for the compliment. And then another sir took over, and he mostly asked me questions related to banking. So first question was, what is CASA? I said, sir, it refers to current accounts and savings account. Current account is mostly used by businessmen who do a higher number of transactions on daily basis, and the interest provided on this deposit is low. And then savings account is a normal account used by the majority of the population, and it provides higher rate of interest than the current account. Okay, and then he asked, why do banks prefer CASA over fixed deposit? I replied, banks prefer CASA because less interest is provided, because interest is a cost to bank, and less interest is given on CASA accounts than fixed accounts. That's why the banks have more margin of earning profits on CASA accounts as compared to fixed deposit. And then one of the so asked me a question like, do you know about Bharat Ratna? I said yes sir. Bharat Ratna is the highest civilian award given in India, and it's given in diverse fields. Then he asked me, tell how many people got Bharat Ratna this year. I said 5 people got Bharat Ratna this year. And then he asked me like, tell the name of all 5 people who got Bharat Ratna. And luckily I had prepared that topic well, so I gave the name of all 5 people. So I gave the name of all 5 people like P.V. Narasimha Rao ji, the former Prime Minister of India, M.S. Swaminathan ji, the father of agriculture, and the father of agriculture, and Kapoor, Thakurji, etc. I gave the name of all 5 people, and they were very impressed about it. The head of the panel also like gave a look to others, so like, yeah, like this girl knows about all of them. And then they said, okay, thank you Neeru, your interview is done. So then I thanked everyone, looked like at everyone and thanked and left. And then I saw my watch after coming out. My interview was for like about 8 minutes long, and I was happy about it because I was not nervous at any point of time. And also because my interview was on 26th and they started at around on 21 or 22, so I had an idea that Noida panel is taking interviews like on a shorter span of time. I also heard about some people that the interview doesn't go for that long. So I was quite happy about the duration of my interview, and also I answered almost all the questions, and just one question was that the amortization question was the one which I was not able to recall. So I told the sir that I'm not able to recall, and that's it. All other questions I answered confidently, and I was happy about it. And now coming to my interview marks. So I got 78 marks in the interview. Although I was expecting around like 90 marks, because as I told you, I'm a confident person and interview was my forte. But I think that I missed at one point, and that is that I spoke less in the interview. I tried to dodge the questions, which I think didn't put that good of an impression, because someone, my teacher, had suggested me not to speak too much with the interview panelist. And also the mock interview which I gave, there was a sir who grilled me a lot and asked me not to speak too much in the interview. So I was I was a little confused as how much should I speak in the interview. And that's why I tried to speak very less for the questions, and I tried to like avoid too much of talking. But I think that somehow restrained me from being from showing my confidence to them. So it's my personal suggestion that you should, if you're confident about the answer, you should tell as much as you know about the answer, and also try to interact with them more. That's my suggestion, because I think that would have fetched me more marks. Otherwise, the marks were decent and the interview experience was very good on its own. And also, if you want to know about my strategy, my sources, and the current affairs, and what all topics I prepared for the interview, then comment down below. I'll make a separate video for it. And that's it for this video. Thank you.